I had three normal things happen yesterday. Three. I went to work. I stopped at the grocery store. I came home. And by the end of the day, I was lying on this couch, unable to move or speak. And my husband was like, "Babe, what's wrong? What happened?" And I couldn't even explain it because nothing was wrong. Nothing bad happened to me. I was just overwhelmed, like complete shutdown. Does this happen to you, or is that just me? Because I couldn't figure out, because of the complete me shutting down completely, I and I couldn't figure out why I was that way. I was feeling that way because, and the reason I couldn't figure it out was it was a normal day. At least it felt like I had a normal day. But it also felt like I had just run a marathon. Like, why three ordinary things left me feeling so unable to function? And it's not until I realized what's actually happening when HSPs say everything feels like too much. So stay with me because I'm about to tell you and explain to you why normal days feel overwhelming for us HSPs. And once you understand it, you'll stop thinking you're weak for being exhausted. And in a few minutes, I'm going to tell you one thing that helped me prevent all this overwhelm before I hit the wall. So if you've ever felt completely drained after doing absolutely nothing hard, this one's for you. I want you to watch till the end because I'll share what I finally understood about why everything feels like too much for us HSPs. And quick thing I wanted to mention is if you've been watching this week, you know these videos connect. So Monday I talked about why HSPs can't say no. On Tuesday, I mentioned the guilt after we do say, I don't know, when you say yes, you just, or when you say, I'm sorry, when you say no, how you feel guilt. And today, I'm going to be talking about what happens when we say yes too many times, right? And I post daily because these videos, they build on each other, and I want you to watch them in order. I have a playlist that you can go watch. And another thing that I'm noticing is that 72% of people who are watching my videos are not subscribed yet. And what I wanted to ask is that if you're finding value here in the work of the stuff that I'm sharing with you about what my experience is like being an HSP, the best way to support my work is simple. I just need you to hit the subscribe button and make sure you also turn on notifications so that you don't miss when the next video drops as we continue this series. That's it. That's all I need. It helps other HSPs find us. Plus, it's the best compliment you can give me. And tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about that HSP shutdown when your body just stops completely working. And if you're dealing with overwhelm today, you need to see what's coming tomorrow. So today I'm joined by my fur baby, Misty, my beautiful girl. She wants a belly rub. This is Misty. She's joining us today. And I'm going to tell you what's actually happening in your body. That's it, baby. So let me walk you through uh, my day yesterday. Because on paper, it was a normal day. I woke up, I got ready for work. That's one thing. I worked an 8-hour shift at the clinic. Normal shift, no emergencies, just work. That's thing two. On the way home, I stopped at Target. We needed groceries. So I took about 20, 30 minutes. I was thing three. Three things, normal things, things most people they do without thinking twice. But by the time I got home, it was so strange because I couldn't speak. So I walked in the door, dropped the groceries, and just collapsed on this couch. And my husband came in and said, "Hey, babe, how was your day?" It was so strange. Like, this has not happened to me before, but I couldn't answer. Like, I opened my mouth, but nothing was coming out. Strangest thing. I don't know. Have you had this happen to you where you are so overwhelmed that literally cannot form any words? So my husband got worried and he's like, "What happened? Did something go wrong at work? Are you okay?" And I wanted to say, "Nothing happened. I'm fine. I'm just done." But I couldn't even say that. So I just sat there staring at the wall. And interestingly, it was so strange that it took an hour. And I kept thinking, why am I like this? Like, can't I do three normal things without shutting down? And that's when I started figuring it out. Can I tell you what I learned? I'm going to give you clue one. It's not about the task. So here's what I realized. It's not about what I did. It's about all the stuff I processed. So let me explain what I mean. When I was at work yesterday, it wasn't just working. Here's what was actually happening to me. I was managing patient emotions, and that's the patient and the parent. They were worried. The parent was worried. The kids are scared and frustrated doctors and the other nurses. So I was processing sensory input, the fluorescent lights, beeping machines, multiple conversations all happening at one time. What I was doing is I was reading the room constantly. Who's stressed? Who's upset? What's the energy in here? And as an HSP, I'm not just noticing these things, I'm actually absorbing them. Like, they are in my body. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not just aware someone's anxious, I feel their anxiety in my body. So by the end of my shift, I hadn't just worked 8 hours. I'd processed 8 hours of other people's emotions on top of me actually doing my job. Then I went to Target. And you know what Target is? It's sensory hell for an HSP. It really is. It really is. There is bright lights, there's loud music, people everywhere, shelves packed with visual noise for us HSPs. We notice all of that. And my nervous system, excuse me, is processing all of that. Every sound, every movement, every person I pass on the aisles, each aisle I go to. So by the time I got home and I came and laid on this couch, my nervous system had processed the equivalent of running a marathon. I hope that paints the picture of what we go through as highly sensitive people. Even though I only did three normal things, which leads me to clue number two. And it's the accumulation effect. Okay, so here's the part that made it all click for me, and it all just made sense. It's one thing that overwhelms us. It's not one thing that overwhelms us. I'm starting to find out that it's everything. It's not just the one thing. And I'm going to walk you through what I mean. So, yesterday morning, I woke up already at like 40% capacity by the time I'm waking up because I didn't sleep very well the night before. And sleep is when HSPs process everything we absorb during the day. So I start the day already partially full. Then work, that takes me from 40% to 75% capacity. And then you add Target. We go into Target coming from work. That takes me to 75% to 95% capacity. So I'm already at 95 capacity, right? Then I get home and my husband asks, "How was your day?" And that question, that's the thing that pushes me from 95% to 105% overflow and shutdown. Yeah, that actually does happen to me. It's not that the question was hard, it's that I had nothing left by the time that I heard the question and processed it. So I'm going to ask you, have you noticed this? Like someone asks you something and it's very simple and you just can't. And that's not because you're weak. That's because you've been processing data all day and you are at capacity. So as a nurse, I can tell you this. HSPs process information more deeply. We notice more. We feel more. We absorb more. So a normal day for someone else is like 3 times more data for us. Isn't that crazy? And we don't we don't get to turn it off. We don't get to notice the fluorescent lights or the tension in the room or the worried look on someone's face. Our nervous systems are designed to pick up on everything. And boy, that is exhausting. It is draining. And takes me to clue number 3, why you will not see it coming. So here's what I want you to check in with yourself about. Does this happen to you? I don't realize I'm overwhelmed until my body already shuts down. Like I don't feel it building. I don't notice I'm at 40% capacity, then 60%, then 80% capacity. I just suddenly, boom, just hit the wall, boom. And then I'm like, where did that come from? Like, I thought I was cool. Just all I did is get up, go to work, go to Target, and here's why. HSPs are so good at pushing through that we ignore the warning signs. And I am a culprit of doing that. So all day yesterday, my body was trying to tell me I needed a break. My shoulders were tense, my jaw was clenched. I was holding my breath, but I ignored all of it because I tell myself, well, I had things to do and other people seemed fine. So I should be fine too, right? Wrong. No, other people aren't processing what I'm processing. their nervous systems aren't working as hard as mine is working. So when they can handle a full day, I, on the other hand, I need frequent breaks. I need quiet time. I need time to let my system catch up. But I don't give myself that. I'll admit I don't because I think needing breaks means I'm weak. But I'm here to tell you, no, we're not weak. You're not weak. I'm not weak. Because then I wonder why I'm shut down on the couch at 6 p.m. I'm just here laying down like Misty is just out. So the revelation that I'm finding out is I'm understanding, here's what I'm finally understanding, that overwhelm isn't about what you did. It's about what your nervous system has been processing or what it has processed. Let that sink in because I didn't fail yesterday because I couldn't do three things. I succeeded. I did three things while processing 10 times more information that other people do. And if you didn't know that, I want you to fully be able to understand. And that's what everything changed for me. This is a reframe. Everything feels like too much. It's not a character flaw. It's just accurate. So everything is too much when your nervous system is processing everything at depth. The the lights are too bright, the noise is too loud, the emotional energy in the room is overwhelming. That's not just me being dramatic. That's just reality for an HSP. That's just how we're wired. And here's the language I wish someone had given me. I I'm not doing too little. I'm just processing too much. My capacity is not the problem. The amount of input I'm managing, that's what's the problem is. It's the amount of input that I'm processing. So once I got to understand that, I stopped blaming myself for being exhausted and started protecting my capacity. And this is what I want you to try. Because for me, here's what I'm learning to do. And I'm terrible at it, I'll admit, but it's helping. And it helps me speaking these things out loud because then it's holding me accountable because I've said it out loud publicly. I'm learning to track my capacity throughout the day. Now, I'm not going to wait until I'm shut down, but actually check in with myself and ask myself, am I at 50%, 70%, 90%? And when I notice I'm getting full, I take a break because I'm finding that those breaks in between the day, they help. Even if I don't think I need one yet, I'll just check in with myself. And what does that look like, you ask? What does that look like, Sly? So for me at work, I will step outside for 5 minutes and I'll just stand there. I'll just breathe, let my nervous system reset, and that feels good. And then I'll go back to my office and continue doing what I was doing. And then, but after work, what I've found has been helpful. I'll sit in my car for 10 minutes before, let's say, the way I had to go to Target, I would just sit in the car 10 minutes for 10 minutes before I go into Target and decompress. And when I get home, I take a little bit of time and let my husband know I need about 15 minutes to just decompress, not because I don't love him, but because I'm at 95% capacity. And if I have any conversations at that point, it's just going to push me over. And that's when I go to my 105 or more or 110. So, because of doing those things, here's what I'm noticing. When I take breaks before I hit the wall, then I don't hit the wall. And that's been like such a small tweak in my day because when I take the breaks, I don't hit the wall. And that feels good to me. Like, I do still get tired, but I don't shut down because the goal is to avoid the shutdown. Track your day so you don't get the shutdown because I'm managing my capacity instead of ignoring it. So I want you to try it this week. Check in with yourself. How full am I right now? Do I need a break before I keep going? And if the answer is yes, take the break. Even if it feels indulgent, do it. Even if other people don't need one, you're not like other people, and that's okay. And that is okay to be kind and gentle with yourself and be patient. Now, if you're new here, my name is Sly. I'm a pediatric registered nurse, 30 years in the healthcare industry, and I'm an HSP learning to manage overwhelm in real time. Here's what's happening tomorrow: the HSP shutdown. What happens when you ignore overwhelm for too long and your body just stops? Because here's how this connects. Today we talked about why everything feels overwhelming. Tomorrow, we're talking about what happens when you push through anyway. The freeze shows up, the inability to speak, the complete shutdown. And for me, these videos build on each other. So I want you to hit subscribe and turn on the notifications. So subscribe here. That's it. It's going to help other HSPs find us. Plus, it's the best compliment you can give me. So subscribe now so you don't miss our topics that the topic we're talking about tomorrow. And I want you to go and leave me a comment below. I want you to tell me, do you feel overwhelmed after normal days? What does your body feel like? Because the comments are where we figure this out together. We're building this space what we never had when we were kids. This is where we realize we're not broken. We're just HSP. That's a highly sensitive person. I want to thank you for being here with me. You're not weak for being overwhelmed. You're just processing more than other people even notice. That takes a lot of energy out of us. So be gentle with yourself, be kind with yourself, and always remember, as I always say before I end the video, is you're doing better than you think. You are. And I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Take good care, and we'll see you in the next one.